Hello students, I hope you all are doing good. Okay, there were many queries from the students regarding how to study physics during this pandemic situation, and the exam is very near. It will be on March without any fail. Even though the syllabus is shrinked, but the contents from that particular syllabus will be there in your exam. So you need to focus on few points so that you can score 100 marks in physics. So let us start and see how you can prepare physics in 4 months. If you follow these steps, you can easily prepare physics in 4 months. Okay. The first thing is time. You have to utilize your time very nicely. That is most important. Second thing, determined. Once you take the oath that you are going to follow the steps, do it without any fail. And definitely, which is very necessary nowadays, is smart study. Not everything we study to score, we study smartly to score. And along with that, which will be continued daily, on the daily basis, which has to be continued actually, meditation. You try to do it for at least 5 minutes. Start with 5 minutes, you will automatically like to increase. Then pranayam for 5 minutes, follow Baba Ramdev, Anulam Vilom, Kapal Bharti, and drink lots of water. As biology says, drinking lots amount of water will produce enough oxygen in your brain, will let you think properly. And for doing all this thing, you have to first believe in yourself. Just do keep that quote in your brain, it will work out automatically. Okay, now let us come to the point. See, physics, first thing what you have to study is notes. That notes can be from the teacher or made by you also. Okay, and notes basically comprises of theory and derivations. Okay, after notes you have to move to numericals. In numericals you have to completely follow NCRT. Okay, in NCRT you will find solved exemplar and book exercises. Solved exemplar and book exercises has to be completely done. From all the chapters you have to finish this too. You can skip some miscellaneous exercises, but before that you will get book exercises which has to be solved nicely, and solved examples are already there in the chapters while you study. Okay, also some of the questions you might not find from NCRT, especially numericals, but you will see in previous years questions, and they have the tendency to repeat those type of questions every year by changing the numerical value. Okay, for previous year's question you have to follow MTG or maybe a Arihan, but I suggest MTG is the best one, or SL Aurora. In SL Aurora you will not get separately solved questions. In the book itself, in the reference book itself, you will get those previous years questions, but MTG you will get it separately, so better to go for MTG. Okay, next thing, as you know, the question pattern has been changed from 2020, so this new pattern has to be followed and the practice has to be done accordingly. So for that you have to go for sample papers, which you can get it from CBSE side. There will be numerous number of sample papers in CBSE side or many other side which will help you to practice those new pattern of questions. You will find MCQ and lot of stuff which I'm going to talk about now. Okay, second thing, चलो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज क्या है स्टडी करने के लिए फिजिक्स में, इज एनसीईआरटी. If you know NCERT, you can score 100 upon 100 and no one can stop you for doing that. Okay, NCERT, first you try to finish every word of it, every numerical, every derivation, every point of it. Okay, now sir, there are many questions. Some people find, some students find NCERT to be very boring and they go for reference book. So let me tell you how to study NCERT. To study NCERT, my dear, first step, you have to take the overview of the topics in the chapter. When I say the overview, it doesn't mean that you have to give full concentration and read and go into the deep. Just give overview of the whole chapter and then keep it in the mind at least, like what are the topics included in a particular chapter. As for example, electrostatics, you will see first chapter is charges and fields. You will find first topic is charges, and then quantization of charge, then Coulomb's law, and then Coulomb's law in vector form. Those topics, at least you keep it in the brain. Make a blueprint out of it, like, these are the topics are there and it is there in my brain. Just stored it, and don't worry if you don't remember. Okay, it is automatically going to generate while you read the chapter nicely. I will suggest you one thing, my dear. After these two steps, which is quite encouraging and help you to solve the questions, is read once the exercise questions. While you do this, don't stop after finishing that. Try to read, at least you'll need only 15 minutes to read all the questions. Give a reading once and see what are the things are there in the questions. What is going to happen next? Next, you start to read the chapter nicely, very thoroughly, like what is there in the chapter, along with your notes. The notes which is given by the teacher, or maybe the notes which you have uploaded or which you have downloaded from any other site or from any online teacher, that is going to help. See every contents are included in the notes or not. If it is not included, you try to include and edit it. Okay, accordingly you will automatically know what are the things to be included if there is something missing in the notes. Okay, why I said to read the exercise questions? Here's the point. Once you read the chapter, you will see that some of the questions will automatically come to your brain, 100%, that this question I have read few minutes back and I can solve now. This is the point I am reading now. So in a way you are solving the questions at the same time while you read the chapter. That's why I said to read the exercise questions beforehand only. What are the things you have to remember while you study NCERT? Key points. If you have any doubts while doing the fourth point, it has to be cleared as soon as possible. And the best doubt clearing sources, I feel, according to me, when I was a student, is nothing but our guru, is teacher. They can mold and feel you and understand, make you understand according to your way, in which way you can take that knowledge. Second thing, if teacher is not available, go for Google, search it, you'll find n number of site. Open any one of them and see. If it is not clear, go for another site. Last but not the least, YouTube. You can follow YouTube to clear your doubts. Okay. What are the points needed to score 100 in physics? Okay, as I said, read or study the whole syllabus from NCERT. The NCERT has to be studied completely. Okay, and then once you finish the chapter, not completely the whole syllabus, the chapter, start giving revision. Okay, once you give revision, go for another chapter. By the time you finish that chapter, revise the previous chapter again. This is very important. Revising again is important, which will help you to remember all the topics actually, and the derivations too. Keep practicing. Second time, at least the derivation has to be practiced third time. Last but not the least, to score good marks, you have to present it well in the examination. For that, I will make one separate video, like how to present in the examination. I have noticed, or many teachers have noticed, some of the students are very good, but they score less marks in the final examination. The only thing they are lagging is presentation. Okay, or some of the students, they might not be very much comfortable with these 3 points. They study on the surface, but they present it very well in the examination. For them, they score a bit good marks. Okay, so for this point, I will be giving one separate video. It's a long video which will help you to score marks. And the marks distribution you already know, my dear. Its total is 100 marks, out of which theory is 70 and practical is 30. And practical, though, it will be done in the school itself. Okay, you have to write down in a copy, perform experiments which will be done by the external, whereas 70 marks is divided into two parts, which I feel is numericals, which will come for 10 to 15 marks. Okay, for that you have to follow NCERT, as I said, NCERT, or some previous year's questions also. And for this one, 55 to 60 mark, theory will be there, derivations will be there, conceptual questions or application based questions will be there. Okay, these three will comprise all of things. So in conceptual questions, you completely have to follow previous year's questions. those application based question, previous year's question. This too you will find in the notes itself, notes, and the notes will come from NCERT, right? So this is it. So I will be uploading the next video on presentation. Hope to see you soon. Goodbye, take care.